Hey, 6:17 a.m. Saturday morning. It is April 21st, and I got up about a half an hour ago. Now I actually got out of bed. I'm moving around right now. So, trying to take it easy today. Of course. Uh, please excuse me. I need to work on a few things today. I need to work out a strategy plan so I can get myself back on my feet. I have been saying that I'm getting divorced from Joel Graham for quite a while. And, I do recall talking to I believe it's either his cousin or his aunt. I don't know that family at all, but I do remember talking to Callie Gardner, and she was telling me that she had nothing to do with my employment. And then I actually talked to her mother, Beth, as well. And they assured me that they had nothing to do with my employment. And that was pretty much it. And they tried to keep it on a positive note. So it would be really a shame and a pity if I found out that these people really were involved in my targeting. I had mentioned that, Joel's mom and him had a very strange relationship, which I don't believe started in his adult age. I don't believe that. I believe that he was adopted for that particular reason. And I had made a video about this a few months ago. So why would these people think that I would want anything to do with them? Obviously, that is a definite sign. I mean, it's a red flag of human trafficking. But yet, still, you get people who think that I would want to be a part of something like that. I would never approve of anything like that. So, no, I don't have anything to do with that family. And why they would think that I would even want to consider going back to something like that it blows my mind. That is a family that I would want nothing to do with, period. Period. I prefer to live my life with being very selective about who I bring into my life, and rightfully so. I mean, there's a lot of abuse out there, and these people to me represent nothing but abuse. If lying to your husband about something 20 years ago is enough to destroy a person's reputation, and people who molest children or have incestuous relationships tend to be looked upon as normal, what kind of world do we live in? That's my question. I think we live in a very ignorant society. I personally think so. But I have no intentions of ever seeing Joel Graham again, ever. It's like I said, I don't direct my hatred to him. I do direct it towards his mother and his aunt. I say aunt, okay? Some people say aunt. I say aunt, okay? But anyway, his aunt or whatever. So I don't want anything to do with these people, okay? This should be very well understood by Steve Murray, Karen Johnson, all the people I've worked for in the past. I don't have anything to do with these people, okay? No, never. That's just how it is. And so, that bothers me, because after having that sort of conversation with these people, and I feel like, I'm being lied to, is what I'm feeling. And that should tell you that these people aren't credible right there. So anyway, I mean, some people think it's difficult to walk around and not have anyone in your life, but I would rather be alone and not have any relationships than be in an abusive one, okay? And that's where a lot of people have very low self-esteem. My self-esteem is not low, okay? I'm not going to sit here and lower my standards to be with people that I look at as trash, okay? I think his mother is trash, period. I take responsibility for what I've done, I've done everything I could to make my life better, okay? But these people continually trample over my life. So I don't feel guilty about anything. I don't feel like I did anything wrong. I did everything I was supposed to do, okay? But these people have, for years, continually put me in a situation that I didn't deserve, okay? I was always very good to Joel. I really was, you know. And I realized that he didn't really care for my son very much. And you know, when I left him the first time, that was my issue. You know, he was violent, you know, and he was angry all the time. And he would treat my son with contempt, you know, and that's why I left. And so to think that I would want to, you know, when Houston got older, they seemed to have gotten along better. But at the same time, you know, after all of this, that is just, it's too much, you know, it's too much. And I feel terrorized by this family. I do. I feel terrorized. And it's a cult. You know, I think that my sister and my family and their family is a cult. Okay? It's a controlling family that uses religion to justify their twisted actions. So, anyway, I'm done with everyone. It's like a major cosmic flush, and that's the best thing for me, okay? I don't care what happened. I mean, I don't want Joel to get ran over by a truck, but at this point, you know what? I don't care. All I care about is going on with my life, and that's the way it has to be, you know? I look at the moral standards of people and I wonder, do they know right from wrong? And the very fact that they don't is why I'm in this situation, you know. People, just because, like I said, I had no idea that these people were arranging my jobs. I never asked for their help. I never did. And to put me in a situation where it's like they're trying to force me to be dependent on them, it's obviously human trafficking. So these people should know better. Really, they should. I felt compelled to drive over to her house yesterday, Polly Graham's house, and raise hell. That's what I felt like doing yesterday. But I kept thinking, you know, I'm not going to. I was told by Callie Gardner that her family works for BPD. And I kept thinking, well, if she's continuing, if she is indeed a part of this corrupt behavior or this corrupt manipulation, and then she's basically telling me that she's got BPD on her side, that just goes to show you can't trust cops, okay? Because obviously this action is wrong, period. So, yeah, I'm a little disturbed by all of that. I'm very much disturbed by it. So, yeah, it's like, you know, what I consider to be a rapist constantly charging at you and people allowing them to do it. That's how I feel, you know? And it's understandable, you know. So, anyway, and that's why I'm so shaken, you know, because the more I start thinking about this, the more sick it becomes, you know. And I guess it's easy. I mean, I know that Bakersfield has a high level of, what do you call it, human trafficking. I remember seeing an article about this many years ago. Didn't think much about it at the time, but now I'm starting to think, okay, wow, you know. I think it has a lot to do with people in the community who don't recognize the signs of it. But these are the signs of it, okay? And I am a classic example of somebody who is a victim of human trafficking. Especially when you have your employment manipulated. You're basically given jobs that are of very, like, low-wage jobs, or jobs that are beneath your skill level, very basic living conditions, means of living and survival. That's against the law. You know what I mean? It's against the law and it's wrong. So anyway, I want these people out of my life completely. I do. I don't want to see them. My family either. They're absolutely of no use to me. All these people do is cause problems, you know, and that's my biggest issue. You know, my reputation should be clean, meaning that I should have no problems, you know, interacting with people because I have done nothing. You know, I wonder how in the world, you know, people can overlook what other people do and just constantly point the finger at somebody else who's innocent. You know, it baffles me. Anyway, I don't believe in their lifestyle. I have my own way of living, and this is what I choose to do. You know, I didn't agree to be a part of a family structure like that. I never considered Joel's family my family. I figured we all lived in the same house. You know, Joel and I in Houston, we all lived in the same house, and we just kind of coexisted. You know, he never took a stand and said, "Hey, you know, I want you to do this, 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 and this, and this," and I was fine with that. You know what I mean? But I didn't like the fact when I found out that he was doing things behind the scenes with his mom, and he would keep secrets. I don't believe that's a good. That's not a good relationship to be in. So, anyway, yeah, I think I've said enough on this issue, but I will say that I feel terrorized by it. You know, these people have been involved in my life for too long. So some people might think it's a bold step on your part. No, it's a logical step on my part to walk away from people who don't appreciate me. And then people who trash my life, and then people who try to manipulate my life. It's the right move to make, and I encourage any woman who is in the same situation to do the same. You know, I was watching a video by my friend, my Canadian bestie, who did a video about why some people stay in abusive relationships. Some people are in a situation where they have become basically prisoners within their relationship because, you know, their ex-spouses or whatever are trying to manipulate their employment and that sort of thing. And of course, we already talked about the legal reasons why that's not supposed to happen. So people allow other people to be abused. They put people in situations to where they can be in abusive situations, and that's wrong. And so there's a lot of women out there that are helpless, you know, but the thing is they need to understand that they have rights. They have the right to, you know, legally they have every right to be on their own. They don't have to put up with this sort of abuse. They don't. Okay, but some people are under this idea, well, that's my husband, this is my family, and I have to. No, you do not have to, okay? The law is on your side. Take care of yourself. Be strong. Do what you have to do. Get yourself, talk about it, you know what I mean? Do whatever you have to do to break free from that, because you are under no obligation to these people, okay? And that's what you need to understand, okay? Don't let people convince you otherwise. You are not involved. You don't have to be involved in something like that. I never signed up for their lifestyle, okay? I don't approve of their lifestyle, okay? I will never approve of that, ever. So anyway, yeah, I have a lot on my mind right now, and it prevents me from moving on because it's disturbing. It's disturbing that somebody would actually go along with something like this or comply with something like this. You know, it's sickening to me. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video. I hope Bakersfield has a wonderful day. I think the sun's coming up. I think it's going to be a bright, sunny day. Hopefully it will. Okay, I'm not going to be doing anything today other than looking for work and trying to get my life back together. And that's all I can do. That's the main thing on my mind, is getting myself back together. Getting another vehicle and just being able... I'm not asking for much in life. Okay, I really am not. I know I'm worth more. I know I am. But, I mean, I need to be able to take care of myself. I should have, you know, I'm using my son's vehicle, which he said I could use, you know. So I'm kind of assuming his vehicle for now, okay? And I'm glad that he's letting me do that. But I should have my own things, okay? I didn't put myself in this situation. They did. You know, and these employers help them do it. Illegal. Have a wonderful day, Bakersfield.